We need to up our game and shit. We need to do comedy butt naked, right?
Saying his goodbyes. He blew his eye socket off and his eyeball fell out.
White women keep kidnapping us. Y'all seen The Blind Side?
Aren't you glad we have that disclaimer at the beginning of the episode?
It's going to come in handy for this episode.
This week's episode is brought to you by Big Boy Raps. Mention the Voice Party and get $200 off your first graphic wrapper color change. Big Boy Raps, where the big boys play.
All right.
I've been ready, bro. I'm sorry.
Shut up.
It's not up to me.
God, okay, we're recording. Whoever wants to start us off.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Voice Party Podcast. My name is Marcos. Right across from me, we got Corday Snail. What's up, man?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Yeah.
Over here we got One Take Joaquin.
Hey.
That's his new name.
Hell yeah.
We got to start that. How you been, man?
I'm swell, man. I'm great.
Nice. I'm doing good. Right next to him, we got JD R&D. What's up?
I'm doing swell, man. Great.
Yeah. This is your podcast.
I use the same answer as he is.
Yeah. Nice. Right on the ones and twos, we got Phil. What's going on, man?
Ooh.
Oh, of course, he gives himself a fucking air horn.
Hey, I was good last time.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, I didn't say that this time.
Are you conscious of that now? That you say that a lot?
Yes, and it pisses me off every time I say it.
You said it on the way home the other day.
I still say it.
I said that like we live together.
100%.
100%. I say it all the time. 100%.
I said that to somebody over the phone yesterday.
He said it.
Ago.
He said it at the bar the other day to someone, and I heard it, and I kind of like looked at him. You were saying.
I say it to my parents. I say it all the time. It's just like I go through these phases of like saying things. And I can't stop saying them until someone calls me out, and then it take like another year to get out of it.
But you don't have to stop saying it. I feel like we made you
There you go.
feel conscious.
No, here's the thing.
Well, the fact that we've made so many sound bites out of things Marcos has said on the podcast,
Play it again.
I think has made
Play real quick.
I ain't never had a bed before. the thing is, I just become self-conscious of it. Like, I know it's funny, right? Here, and like the soundbite is cool, whatever. Like, but I just become self-conscious of it. And I realize too, not everyone hears me say 100% all the time. You 100%. You know the problem with me talking and you playing my sound bites is that you probably can't tell if I actually said that or not. 100%.
Hey, let's not say anything. Just have him say it, and then he's gonna be talking to his soundbite.
He's like, no one gives a fuck about tomorrow's June right now. Yes, they do. We're talking about. No one gives a fuck about tomorrow's June right now.
100%.
100%.
This is gonna be
I'm giving
100%.
myself way too much
This
power
episode is
with
gonna be
this
called
sound.
100%.
There we go. We should do that.
100% Marcos.
We should do like sound recordings of all you guys saying my catchphrases and then
100%.
100%.
I never had bed before.
that was just such a good.
I ain't never had bed before.
We about to test the fuck out of these springs.
We should do comedy butt naked.
That is the greatest opening line, by the way. I fucking love
That shit is
We should have done
amazing.
comedy butt naked.
I actually want to bring him back because I feel like there's a lot more to fucking.
definitely should.
Yeah,
That was-
yeah.
Yeah, because he had way more stories, and we're like, all right, look, we've
for sure.
over the hour.
That felt like it was like it should have been like maybe 2 to 3 hours and just like have like 2 episodes just him.
Well, we had another guest coming who I think was already there waiting for us to finish.
Yeah.
Who grew up watching wrestling?
I did.
Okay. Do you guys ever go on YouTube or Facebook? Facebook, actually, I watch a lot of reels on Facebook.
Yeah.
I've been getting fucking like I'll get stuck watching videos for fucking hours of shit I didn't even know happened back in the day.
Yeah.
Well, back when we would do when we were first starting, when there was no video, when it was just audio, I didn't really have much to do. Once everything was set up, I just hit record and sit back. I would put wrestling on your TV because it's something you can watch without the sound and still be entertained.
Why don't you tell maybe the new listeners, you and Joaquin, where your background is on wrestling? Because I don't think that's gonna.
So when I was a kid, I started my own backyard wrestling federation, and that's actually how I got into video production because I'd film all the shows and edit all the shows. And back then, I just had 2 VCRs, so I would dub tape to tape, and that's how I would like make music videos and stuff. But the way I used to have to make like hype packages is like I'd have like a notepad and a CD player, and I'd write down like, all right, at this many seconds to the chorus starts, at this many seconds the second verse starts. This is when the bridge comes in, and then I would like record tape to tape and dub footage to fill in those gaps, and then I would unplug the red and white cables, plug in my CD player, and then record that onto another tape and hit like play at the same time and hope they just synced up.
You know, Phil, I'm super proud of you because I wanted to do the exact same thing, but instead of a ring, have a trampoline, doing and stuff like that. And my mom shut down my idea immediately. She was like, that sounds hella stupid. You will not be wrestling people back in the backyard. And I was like, it's possible. She was like, no, it's not, Corday.
We used to do that in our
If
our
only
bedroom.
we knew you back then, because I would have recruited you probably.
Yeah. You know my cousin Alvin. I still want to get Alvin on here. Just talk about
I think I tried to recruit Alvin, but he was too busy playing a real sport.
So,
Yeah,
so here's the thing: when we were doing
Spearing
the
people.
thing in my backyard, like my mom was super supportive because it like kept us off the streets. It's like,
sure.
And all these people who would come, like stray cats, kids would just from all the neighborhood would come to my house and just wrestle, on this ring we made out of mattresses and shit. But it kind of like formed these bonds that like I still talk to these people.
Yeah.
We're still, we grew up together. But one thing, we didn't have YouTube back then. So I remember, I don't know if I told you about
What
this,
year was
Joaquin.
this?
2001 to like 2005, 2006. But when YouTube became a thing, I started posting all these old clips of our backyard wrestling on YouTube. And I remember at one point somebody left a comment like, "Boy, that's a lot of black people." And I was like, "Is it? I guess so." I mean, I didn't really notice, but now that you've mentioned it, I guess.
Yeah.
Black people love wrestling. That's what it is.
That's the thing.
I spent my entire freshman year recruiting. Like I would take tapes that you would give me, show what I thought were like the best parts of the show to people. I would also take the contractor route that you gave me. I think I'm the only person that signed, but I did my due diligence and like bringing as many people in as I possibly could, and then those people would bring other people and those people, and I had meetings with people. It was like I was like a studio exec or some shit.
That's the thing that wrestling, bro. It like people from the East Coast, people from the South, black, white, Asian, Mexican. That's like a thing.
The universal.
It's a universal fucking entertainment
hub.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Hood Slam. Sorry.
No, I was because you said Alvin. You probably asked Alvin. I think Alvin told me this now that Phil started to explain everything. I think Alvin told me, he's like, yeah, my homie keeps trying to get me to wrestle and stuff like that in this backyard thing. I was like, dude, we should go. We should wrestle. And he was like, nah, man, what if we get hurt? I was like, well, we don't have to. We can watch. We can watch. He was like, nah. He's like, we might go. And I remember he kept asking it, and then when he finally,
Wait, Corday, you're saying that he used to ask you to go watch them?
so
No, Corday was saying he wanted to watch it.
I wanted to watch it.
Okay.
Joaquin kept asking my cousin Alvin,
Okay.
Who went to school with me.
who went to school with them at Kennedy High School.
Got you.
Hey, start over again slowly for my
No,
friend.
okay, no, okay. I was just making sure. So you guys.
So you were born, and then Alvin's your cousin.
I was born a few years after my cousin Alvin. He's very tall and strong.
Wait, you're going too fast.
Sorry.
So Alvin played football at Kennedy High School.
Gotcha.
I played football at El Cerrito High School. Joaquin was recruiting Alvin to play, backyard wrestle, and then he told me this.
To play backyard wrestling.
Well,
He corrected himself.
I corrected myself. Pacifically, exactly. We were playing the Pacifically Ocean to wrestle, and I always wanted to go because I'm like, this sounds fun as hell. It sounds like something
could have met
dope.
these fools.
I could have met these fools.
Alternate universe.
Alternate universe.
The
you
world
know.
wasn't ready for you guys to meet.
They wasn't. My other variants met them. My other variants met them.
You think about that?
What?
Like the other variants?
All the time.
Yeah.
I always feel like I have a twin out there somewhere, like in the Middle East or something like that, or just some other country.
He was in the NFL.
Probably. No, I mean, yeah, I do think of other lives like that. I always think of what if I didn't find comedy? What would I have done after I stopped playing football?
Working Primerica right now, selling insurance and shit.
Nah, I'd probably be a lawyer. That was like the way I was going, or because I came back another year to keep doing comedy, and I was thinking of eventually moving to LA. But then, like, by doing that, like, I was raising my GPA at the same time. Oh, what, JD?
Your Honor, my client specifically said he did not commit this crime.
Hey, man, no, real talk. I'm because I used to go to an open mic every Wednesday. Penelope, shout out to Hayden, he hosts that every Wednesday at 8 p.m. I used to always go And he was like, yo, why you keep coming here, dude? I was like, I'm trying to pass the time. He was like, aren't you like in law school or something? I was like, no, Hayden, I'm not in law school, but I am studying for the LSAT. I did visit like 6 law schools because I was looking at Stanford, UC Davis, UC Hastings. We went to Cal. We went to University of Santa Clara, and we visited UCLA as well. I wanted to go to UC Davis or UC Hastings in San Francisco, and the one I was settled on was UC Davis because I remember I liked the campus. I almost went to UC Davis over Santa Barbara, but yeah, I probably was like, what would I have done there? But then I was thinking, what if I went through a depression? You know, like several of my cousins did, because they was like, the whole plan was NFL, and then a lot of things people don't talk about is like, once you don't make it to the NFL, what's next? Especially if like your grades aren't good, like you like a C student, like 2.0, like you're not good enough for grad school. You have to make, and like I never took undergrad seriously. So what's my plan now? And then you fall in like this rut, like, okay, shit, what the fuck? Or like if you have like a serious injury, like, okay, I can't play football no more. So then figure out life.
So then that, and then your cousin Alvin. What was the rest of the story for Marcos?
Oh, so right. So my cousin Alvin, right? Joaquin kept asking him. He's like, Alvin, you want to come join my backyard wrestling league? And he was like, hell no, because I can get hurt. And I was like, Alvin, we should still go. We could probably whoop on them fools, because like, Alvin, you strong as shit. Like Alvin was strong at 8 years old. Like real talk. He had like kind of like grown man strength at 8 years old. Like one of the strongest kids like I ever met. Like so it was perfectly made sense why he went into football. But he's like, we could get hurt. I was like, only person who would get hurt is you hurting other people, Alvin, because you're that damn strong. And he was like, nah, they just got like a bunch of matches in the backyard. I was like, that sounds fucking amazing. We should go.
And we had
We
ring
circled
posts
back. We circled
and
back to
ropes, and we had step ladders at the end of the ring post. So if you wanted to like dive off and do a swanton bomb from the
We had a ramp
turnbuckle,
people could walk down.
we had
We'd
2
play
ramps
music
at
when you
one
came
point.
out.
That's cool.
We had 2 different locker rooms.
Did you have belts? Did you have belts?
Yes, we had several belts.
So the belt that I always wanted to do, it was if I was by myself, I wanted to be the Intercontinental Champion.
Same.
Right? I never wanted to be the main guy. I just wanted to be the Intercontinental Champion.
Those guys were the best, man.
Because they were the best, and then most time nobody ever challenged you really, or like, but you was like in the spotlight, but then people want to challenge you versus like you were like the main,
Like the WWE championship or something.
yeah. So it was always like, or you get cheated out of it. Like I remember when Stone Cold had like his stone, and then I remember when The Rock had the Brahma Bull and stuff like that. But then nobody ever took Edge Intercontinental Champion belt. I remember one time he had the Intercontinental Championship belt and the tag team belt. I wanted to do both. I was like, just have them like this. Like, which belt you coming for? Which belt? So
having a good tag team, that's like a
You know what I'll say? I used to love, like growing up watching WWE, used to love the Intercontinental Championship.
WWF. I'll do better one than that.
Oh, well, I was young. I'm younger than you guys. So,
He grew up in the E era.
yeah, in the E era. But
weak.
I can't control that dipshit.
I know. But still.
But anyways, I loved it because it was like always the underdogs, like Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy. It would be like something like Johnny, what was his name? Johnny something. Like he had long hair and like these like fluffy.
Johnny Nitro?
Johnny Nitro and all them. Like they were badass wrestlers.
Oh, yeah.
But they never made it to like the John Cena level.
Yep.
But they were fucking good, and I always wanted to see them every Friday night, every Monday night, wherever they were, and it was just cool. Like you're right. Like they would hold on to the Intercontinental Championship for like
So speaking of belts, when we got to high school, we started doing shows. Instead of at my backyard, we would do shows at the park down the street from De Anza High School.
That was junior year specifically.
Yeah, and I would
What park was this?
it was
Cheese Park.
right down the street from De Anza.
Yeah, okay.
And then I would get kids from this high school to come watch us wrestle, so we'd have like an actual crowd to perform in front of. But like, wrestling wasn't popular in 2004.
It wasn't. Yeah.
So
it died off. It died off at that point. Yeah.
I basically had to use like kayfabe to get people to come watch. Kayfabe was, when you'd make people believe it was real.
Oh, okay. I had
So
no
like
idea.
literally like I had a real belt made from a belt maker, and like literally I'd be like walking down the halls with the belt on my shoulder speaking in promo. People be like, what the belt? I'd be like, this is the CCW Backyard Wrestling Championship, and this Thursday at Cheese Park. Like I'd just be speaking in promo to get people interested to come watch the show.
Do you feel like that helped you with production, like the Zat come out whenever you do like? Did you know we had merch all along? Like
It does, because being the person who has to edit the footage, when I'm then
you know what you want.
Yeah, performing exactly.
Yeah.
There was one time where I did a spot where like I jumped off my roof onto somebody, and I'm afraid of heights, terrified of heights. right? I don't know why I talked myself into doing this. But like, I remember I got on the roof and I'm like, oh, this is high. I'm scared. But I also know the cameras are rolling. I can't just stand up here. So let me just jump and see what happens and hope for the best because I didn't want to ruin the shot.
I have something to say
I
about
remember
you guys.
when you landed, and the thing that you were saying was, "I jumped off the fucking roof." You
Because it's an
yourself,
adrenaline
like, I
rush
was
and
like,
you're falling, 25 feet or whatever.
You just said in 2002 wrestling wasn't famous. The Attitude Era was from 97 to 2002.
Well, that's when the boom period was over. Because in like 98, 99, everybody was watching
Yeah,
wrestling.
that's what I'm
and
saying.
everyone
By
was backyard
2002,
wrestling, too.
not
Oh
really.
yeah, okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, because like I remember when I think I was in the 5th, 6th grade, like it was huge then. I'm not
The
sure
Hell in a Cell with Mankind and
Hell in a
Undertaker.
Cell. I remember like when NWO went from white to red and shit like that. When the Wolf Pack and stuff like that. Remember X? I remember Sucking and shit like that.
When X-Pac came back to WWE, like
Yeah.
I remember that was like
Sometimes you have to return to the click. I remember the promo.
yeah.
That shit was amazing.
And I was like, wait, Six is a traitor? NWO to DX? No.
Someone said that like Trump kind of took a lot of what his WWE time in his presidential campaign, and instead of making campaign speeches, he was shooting promos.
I mean, Trump's the WWE Hall of Famer.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
I sometimes just watch that bit of Trump getting stunned by Stone Cold. The
Oh yeah, that was good. That was good. Yeah.
Well, Trump, I think, also sponsored WrestleMania like 6 and 7.
Yeah.
And I think one of them was from like one of the Trump plazas.
I had the DVD of, I think I still actually have it, the where Trump they shave his head or something like that.
Oh, I remember
After the hair-
as Vince
hair
McMahon said, they shaved
back.
Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
It was the Battle of the Billionaires at
Battle of the
WrestleMania
Billionaires.
23.
I have the Battle of the Billionaires DVD still, and it disgusts me every time I see Trump on there. I'm like, fuck, why do I have this?
How many injuries did you guys get from backyard wrestling?
Yes.
I've broken,
people died in that
so,
shit.
So I've broken both of my ankles.
Okay.
Not at the same time. Like I broke one, and then a couple years later, I broke the other one.
So what did that?
And then the big one was when I broke my neck.
That sounds about right.
Tell him how you did it.
How did you break your neck?
This was during the CCW era.
So when we were wrestling at the park, there's no mattresses. We're just on the ground.
And how did that feel too? Explain that.
I mean, you get used to it, but I mean, you're falling on the ground. So, it's...
Well, how did you know you had a neck broken though? What?
So what happened?
like it was sideways, bro.
No.
There was this move we did called the spine splitter, which is like a pile driver, but from behind, and then you get tombstoned, but then they hook your legs. And what happened was we were doing it on a chair, and we practiced it without the chair. And when we did the spot in the match, instead of landing on like the seat part of the chair, we were off, and I landed on like the rim of the chair. Like my neck hit the rim of the chair. So my head hits the ground, my neck hits the rim of the chair, instead of me just landing on the seat of the chair where it's flat.
You're talking about like the Undertaker's finisher, right? Like
Yeah.
Okay.
Pile driver.
So you got dropped.
Yeah,
on
so
your
I
head.
landed like on the back of my neck, and my head hit the ground, my neck hit the edge of the chair. I should have just landed in the middle of the seat, and that didn't happen. Our thing was off.
What,
Yeah.
But so, how did you know your neck? Like, no. What did you feel? Like, were you not able
Things
to
just
move?
kind of started getting really hot, and it's like I don't know if anybody's ever gotten a stinger.
It's a burning sensation.
But it felt like a really bad stinger,
Yeah.
and so
What's a stinger?
it's like when you. It's like
It's not quite whiplash, but
yeah, it's.
But could you move? Were you not able
like
to
real
move?
paralyzing your neck. It's something like just burning right here. And you can't.
I could, but I was also like afraid I was gonna make things worse.
Something was wrong.
So like my friends drove me to the hospital because I didn't want to call an ambulance because that shit costs money.
$2,000. Yeah.
Yeah. So like my friend was like in the back seat, like holding my head still, so that way I wouldn't be doing this in the car.
God.
man. Like,
And then you still went and
which-
did it afterwards, huh? When did you
Well,
recover?
no, I was. So it wasn't. I think it was an acute cervical fracture. So I cracked 2 discs, but they weren't like broken.
It was small.
They were just like cracks.
Okay, but
and so
that-
I was in a hard collar for like a month.
You
and
could
then
have
I was-
died if it broke more than
Yeah, or paralyzed. But I was in a hard collar for like a month, and then I was in a soft collar for about a month.
Was you hanging out with Efren around this time?
No, I wasn't. This is
not
before
yet.
I met Efren.
I think
We met Efren was a senior year.
Something like that.
Yeah. But
So Alvin, real quick, Alvin, thank you so much for not taking me to the backyard.
but no. But hear me out. Hear me out on this one.
Hear you out? He broke his fucking neck.
Look.
I mean, I'm fine now.
I was recruiting Alvin for the PWL years when we had mattresses and it was safe.
PWL?
PWL.
What does that mean?
Pro Wrestling League.
Okay.
Right. And like that was when we had mats and that's a lot safer than bumping on grass. I would never ask Phil, when they moved to doing straight grass, I retired from in-ring competition. I became a manager.
There we go.
I heard a story about you in the wrestling days that you got into a real fight and you try to use the DDT as a move.
Oh yeah.
Wait, what?
Tell the story. Tell the
told
story.
you that?
I heard. Don't worry about it. Just tell the story.
Phil tell you that?
Just tell the story.
All right. Well, this must have been English class, I think. Right? It was like we were just getting let out, and
It was some point in middle school. It was like 8th grade.
Oh, it was middle school. I thought
think
this
it
was
was
freshman year. Okay, it might have been middle school, but there's a kid. I guess I got into it with a kid, and I tried to put him in a front face lock, and I successfully did that, but didn't have the sense to turn into a chokehold. It was, I'm gonna DDT this fool, and then
So you had him like this in the head.
yeah, successfully somehow, and then I dropped back, fall on my back, didn't hurt my back, but then the guy just proceeded to stomp me out.
Yeah, those moves don't work in real life fight.
Yeah, I know.
He knows now. He knows now.
So wait, dude, you fell by yourself, or did you cut me off?
No.
Did you fall by yourself, or were you just?
I was not pushed. I indeed tried to fall back.
No, I know,
on his
but
head.
when you fell, did you?
He
have
didn't
his
come
head?
down with me. No, that was
You just fell by yourself.
Had he actually come down with me, I probably would have kept it locked.
Yeah.
But it slipped off his head.
So no one helped you.
know.
They just beat you up.
Yeah, and there was no security. I didn't get in trouble for it. I have no idea why I wasn't suspended.
Wow.
But
I mean, you got
Did Phil get into fights in school, like real fights?
I never witnessed any.
Did you ever get into real fights over this shit? Because we used to do slap boxing, like joking around, and then it would turn into a real fight.
That and Knuckles?
Yeah.
I never.
Well, so
yeah, Knuckles too.
Not really. And when we were in high school and we were wrestling at the park down the street, we were doing more hardcore deathmatch stuff. We'd hit each other with fluorescent light tubes. We'd be using thumbtacks. I lit a folding chair on fire and hit somebody with it, lit them on fire. They stopped, dropped, and rolled because their arm caught on fire.
I
really
see
did that?
Corday's reaction again. Corday, I would not have invited Alvin to that.
Exactly.
PWL was different.
So I think what happened is people
first 2
see all
years
that
of high
shit
school
going
were
on.
different.
No, Phil, shut up. Shut up, Phil.
The first 2 years of high school were different than the last 2 years of high
Yeah,
school.
that's
I want to make that clear.
Wait. Can I ask what part of you guys as kids were like, yeah, after getting thumbtacks in my back or something, let's do that again?
Well, so here's the thing.
Because I understand as a kid. Oh my God! Don't break the chairs. They're not ours.
Okay, here's my thought process. Here's my thought process. We would sell tapes of our shows and we would sell compilations.
Wow. Okay.
And so that's how we would make side money and hustle. Yep. So we wanted to do these big stunts to drum up interest, to make people want to come to the shows and to make people want to buy
talk
the
about
tapes.
it. Yeah.
So it's not like every match would have multiple stunts. It'd be like one stunt per day.
Okay. Okay, got you. Okay.
So you guys knew that one was coming,
we would plan that shit out.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait. Okay. Now you brought up something that you sold tapes and stuff. How many tapes did you sell in your time? And I'm genuinely curious. And who did you sell it to?
So I would sell them to other kids at my school.
Okay.
I think I sold maybe a dozen for $5-6 a piece. So it's not like they were a huge moneymaker, but from a business sense, that was our thought process. It was well, we need to drum up interest. So if people in school are did you Phil fucking lit somebody on fire last week? Did you see? We gotta see what they do this week.
Gotcha. Well,
But we
okay,
knew
so-
enough not to like overdo it because that shit is dangerous.
I get. I get.
Did you know? Did you?
No. Okay.
You
hold on.
set people on fire. Did you know?
No. But here's
it seems like what was the line you was like, we will not cross? Because thumbtacks, setting somebody on
Broken
fire,
neck.
until someone until someone goes, hey, that really hurt. No, listen. When you're a kid, I get this. I was willing to let my older fat cousins throw me across the room. I would be the one landing on the floor.
Oh,
I
yeah,
would
you're
let them.
skinny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was the dude. Like I always liked to be Jeff Hardy, and they were like the
You're a bottom.
Umagas.
You're a bottom. We know.
So, shut the
Okay.
fuck up.
So there was a line, Cord.
JD.
Yeah.
Now we used thumbtacks. We used barbed wire once. We did the glass tubes a lot.
Hey, remember that time we killed Jimmy?
We did fire once. So you're probably thinking, where the fuck is the line?
Yeah, where
then
is the
if
line?
fire and barbed wire aren't off limits?
Ladders?
We were somehow I acquired a vibrator.
This is real.
And I was just like, bruh, what if like I get you in a crossface and then I shoved a vibrator in your mouth? And he was like, you won't make it home. And I was like, all right, fair enough. We'll
that
take
was
that.
the line.
Mouth is better than ass. I thought for sure you was gonna say shove it in his ass, but okay, all right.
Hey, okay, so
right.
also,
Wait, if you're talking about entertainment, though, selling on a movie, that's what's gonna sell.
Yes.
especially back then.
But so basically
Yes.
the line was gay shit.
Oh, okay, got it. So yeah, no, that back. Yeah, that makes sense. For
Even though they say wrestling is one of the gayest things
Yeah,
possible, which is
yeah.
always funny, but yeah.
Well, football is also apparently one of the.
Were you guys?
You're wearing less clothes than
so,
wrestling,
so
that's why.
what I'll
yeah,
also
but
say
football's.
is that
Have you seen the
after high
breakdown?
school, we went back to more just traditional wrestling stuff. There was left. I say we because I rejoined.
He went to WCW.
What, did
folks.
anybody from that group
That's worse.
pursue it for real?
No, he left the
Actually,
What fucking side conversations in the middle of the main conversations?
like you don't
Fucker.
interrupt
didn't we
anybody?
bring this up at the
No,
meeting?
but I stay on topic. All right, sorry.
So, so a couple people actually. I actually went to wrestling school when I finished college.
You did.
I did.
This is after the broken neck.
This was after the broken neck.
All right.
The main issue was normally I had like my clique of friends, right? That we would go and we actually would work like independent shows as like the ring crew. We would check out other wrestling schools, and we were always like in the car hyping each other up and keeping the energy going and motivating each other. When I decided to go to wrestling school, they didn't come with me. Like they all had excuses all of a sudden. So I'm there by myself. So my body was beat to hell from throwing myself at the ground for years. So like I'd be driving home, my back would be sore, my neck would be killing me, my ankles and my knees would be hurting me. And I got nobody in the car to hype me up. So I'm just in the car like, this fucking sucks.
Fuck this. I'm gonna go do
So
photography.
like after like a month, I was just like, look, I'm not an athlete by any means. My body's not holding up to this. Like, my neck would have this problem where after a while it would stiffen up because you're supposed to tuck your head when you fall so you
Yeah.
don't slam your head on the mat. My neck would stiffen up to the point where I couldn't tuck my chin, so every time I'd fall, my head would slam into the mat full force. There was nothing I could do about it. So after a while, I had to just be like, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I'll just make pretty videos for people. Maybe that'll be my new career path. As far as other people who wrestled with us, we had a friend named Anthony. He went to wrestling school. He stopped. I think he went again. I don't know if he's still going.
I think he's going back. Last time he and I talked, which was around the time of his birthday, day after mine, he was like, "Yeah, man, I'm going back. Gonna."
Basically, this didn't take anyone into a serious career
Well,
in it.
Evan also is in wrestling school, and that's
yeah.
how we met Evan. Is he
And
used
he's
to
still in
wrestle with
school.
us?
Yep.
So
All right.
So somebody did go with you. So Evan went.
No.
well, Evan went later. Like when I went, it was by myself, and then years later, Evan decided.
How old was you when you went?
You
It
were
was
in
when
your
I finished
20s.
college, so I probably was
22?
like 21, 22.
So you were trying to make that a legit career.
My plan was, okay, I'll be like a graphic designer as my day job, and then my side hustle will be as a wrestler.
Which is a lot of, I see that like, because the indie circuit is huge,
It's
especially
full of weekenders.
weekenders, especially here in the Bay Area, right? Have you guys heard of Hood Slam?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, I have.
Out in
Yeah.
Oakland. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, apparently they do it all over now, right? Like it travels.
Yeah.
I heard it traveling before I heard it in
Yeah.
Oakland. So yeah.
I heard about it because some dude, one of my coworkers went. They raised up the fucking on a pallet forklift, and then some dude jumped off from the forklift and he like hit the floor or some shit. I don't know if you guys.
Did he die?
There's a web series called Botchamania that's just full of wrestling fails.
Oh, I just sent you one where he jumped off the table. I sent it to all of you guys actually. Where they're in that like warehouse and he keeps climbing up on the metal thing and he's gonna jump on the dude on the table
And completely
he
misses the table, just lands on the concrete next to the table.
Yeah,
I saw that.
that is wild. But that was the most entertaining thing. Like if you're willing to put your body on the line like that, I'm paying to see that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's also kind of fucked up though. You know, like I mean, I get it.
No, it's not because like,
it's the person's at will. I get it.
it's they're doing it 100% on their own free 100%.
But it's like it is a fucked up. I mean, I know what you mean. It's the same with boxing when like I don't know if you've seen that dude that took a hit to the back of the head. Now he's like paralyzed completely.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's like
Wait, well, what's fucked up about it though?
it's not fucked up. It's just I don't know. I mean, you do feel some
it's
form of not risky, but like I'm supporting something.
You're
like,
you're saying that it's fucked up because we're watching.
it's
we're
not
paying
fucked
to
up.
see.
No, it's not fucked up.
It's weird because we're paying to see people beat the crap out of each other.
Yeah, something about it, but I get it. They're doing
Okay,
it.
but if
You
you
mean to
think
tell me you didn't enjoy Kimbo Slice?
I did. No, I did.
no.
Hit hard. Like
But it's like in Gladiator times, you're seeing these two dudes, and it's like you're cheering for it, but it's
Here's the thing.
morality kind of.
Look at it like this, though, right?
All right, let's look at it.
Look at it like this.
All right.
They were fighting long before people wanted to see them fight. So by the time they got to a point where people were fighting, they had been doing it long before for free.
No, for
so
sure.
they love to do this, and now we're interested later on. It's like a music career or like a podcast career. Like
Yeah.
you do it
comedian
so
career.
much. Yeah, you do it for free for so long until people are like, yes, now I'm interested. Now I like you guys. Now we're fans. But like, it's not fucked up to see us talk in a circle for an hour.
No,
you know?
yeah. No, I know
Like
that.
we like to do this. We love to
Yes,
do this,
for sure.
and we're doing this on our own free will. Yes, you're
I'm
beating
also-
the crap out of each other, but that's, I understand how that's fun because there's adrenaline behind it. There's, it's a superstar moment.
And with wrestling, like any pro would tell you, the job is to keep your collaborator, your
Safe.
safe.
Right.
But like,
You know.
here's the thing: if let's say you two are still doing it, and you're gonna have a match together, and you're gonna put him through a table, and at the bottom of the table there's tacks, I would be like, I can't. I'm sorry, bro. I can't. I don't want to see that.
That's not a match that I did then. It's not a match I'm doing now.
So I actually have a story similar to that.
Okay. You know what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
Right?
So I had a match with this dude named Poe, and
He's Ocean right now.
so here's what happened.
All right.
He had some short fluorescent light tubes like this long.
Oh, fuck.
Taped to his shin guards.
Oh, shit.
And we did this spot where like I went to clothesline him. He ducked behind me, hopped up on a thing. I turn around, he flies off, kicks me in the forehead, splits my forehead open with the glass tubes. Right. Then
You
after
agreed to that?
Did you bleed a lot?
I didn't. I'm not done with my story.
Okay.
Then he did this spot where he gave me like a pedigree onto mouse traps. And when the mouse trap snapped shut, the hook that like hooks onto the bar got caught in my hand. And so when it snapped shut, it tore a hole in my hand. I still got like the circle shaped scar right here. And I remember like being on the ground selling, and I look and my hand is just filling with blood like it's a little pool, and I see the camera dude coming to get a shot, and I know my forehead is bleeding from the glass tubes, but I don't know how much it's bleeding, so I like took my hand and just like rubbed the blood all over my face to make the camera shot better. But then at that point I was like, we were supposed to like have a much longer match, but I was like, dude, I'm done. I got one hand. What am I supposed to do with one hand? So we like finished the match early.
No. 1, 2, 3.
And then you can see on camera, he like holds me. There's like a crowd watching, and he like picks me up, and I'm like going limp like I'm a fucking dead body because I know I'm bloody. And he like holds me up and like shows me to the fucking crowd like he's fucking Shao Kahn or something. And you can see my friend Jackie like looks at me, her face goes, and she turns and runs away.
Yeah, I saw that.
The Passion of the Christ live.
VHS.
God, dude.
Yeah, so you was just a manager at this point, right? You was just a manager.
See, I was busy. Okay, I didn't come back to manage until just after high school was over because I was busy with my like debate team stuff. So like he would tell me like how things would go, and I would watch the footage and I'd be horrified. I didn't want to come back for a while just because it had gotten so crazy, and then like Anthony just talked me into it. You know, it's like
was there a bit of like do you feel like there with that kind of thing? There's a little bit of sadism with
I think with that level,
no, because you never know, man. Like it's
you know what? I think that like when you're out there, even though I didn't do deathmatch level stuff, there were times where like someone would interfere and you get hit with a chair. Your adrenaline helps you ignore that level of pain.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like so like
not
it's
everything
only masochistic.
no, not. What do you mean spiritual?
You said Satan?
No.
No.
Like those people that like getting hit, you know,
Masochists.
like masochists.
Oh.
Like
You
there's
know,
some
you're
people that like
you're
that shit.
sadistic if you like hurting other people, and you're
Yeah.
masochistic if you like it being done to yourself.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I think like
I thought it was really
when your adrenaline
No.
is pumping and you're excited about like the action and all that, your heart's pumping and all that, you don't feel the pain right off.
Absolutely.
So it's not about like, oh yeah, hit me harder. It's more like, oh whoa, shit, I got to make sure this goes right.
You know why I say that?
It's a act. I mean, but it's a performance.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me say this.
You on the mat?
A lot of it looks worse than it actually is. Like, okay, we hit each other with fluorescent light tubes.
It says the guy with the broken neck.
But like we hit each other with the fluorescent light tubes, but when they break, they explode, and they explode away from you.
Yeah.
So you don't really feel anything.
Yeah, but like,
As
okay,
he's
I say the reason I said that sadism, whatever, not Satanism, fucking, is. Have you seen Beyond the Mat?
Yes, I have.
Have you guys ever?
I have,
Okay,
yeah.
remember the dude that like was
Terry
bleeding?
Funk?
No, the young dude. He was bleeding, and he's a teacher.
Oh, Spike Dudley.
Is that Spike Dudley? Oh, okay. Well, he was talking about how I love it, and he's like bleeding. It just like that kind of shit. Like, all right, I respect the art, but those kind of dudes kind of creep me
Yeah.
out.
With,
It's like,
with us, it was never that. It was never like, oh,
Right,
hurt
right.
me more.
no,
You know?
no, for sure. Yeah. I
It
hear what
was
you're
more,
saying.
it was a lot of times like we're trying to tell a story, and this is just a part of that story to get us to the next chapter. Because it's kind of like if Rocky doesn't get his ass kicked, it doesn't mean anything when
For
he
sure.
beats Apollo Creed.
Yeah.
So like the other thing too is like you're that passionate about making good content that you're willing to go above and beyond to make good content. So it's not so much that like you enjoy getting that kind of like hurt and stuff, but you're willing to what are you looking at me like that?
I was gonna
for?
say yes. I didn't want to interrupt though.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're more willing to endure the pain because you know the outcome is going to be super cool later. 100%.
Okay, how was your parents' reaction to this when you would come home with like?
Oh, great question.
My dad didn't really care. You know how white dads are.
Yep.
My mom was just like, well, at least you're not doing drugs, I guess.
You know, I remember when you had your broken neck and like, I called and said, hey man, are you good? And you were like, you're the first person to ask me that. Everybody else is just like, we're still doing WrestleMania party on Sunday, right? Like,
What a fucking.
Did you do WrestleMania party after that?
I think we did.
we did. I remember because I was there and I was really shocked because I was like, I thought for sure you were going to cancel.
You need.
I mean, once I'm in the brace, it's not like it's going to get more broke.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
I mean, unless you get back in the ring with it.
Yeah, but you needed someone to like, hey man, maybe you shouldn't. I don't know. That just
like
sounds
rest
fucking
up,
crazy.
rest up, rejuvenate.
Yeah.
Did you have any like? Did you keep the neck thing, and then you know how they do like oh he's coming back in the ring even with the neck brace. So you take it off and you're actually good.
It's filled with the chair.
Exactly.
It's filled with the chair.
So there is a story behind that.
Oh shit.
Okay. When I broke my neck, it was right. We found this other wrestling promotion,
RCW,
named Richmond Championship Wrestling. They operated out of Vallejo, California.
They
heard about
They
them. I
didn't
heard
start in
about them.
Vallejo though.
Yeah.
I heard
and
about
so
that.
we had like this interpromotional war between the two of us. We took wrestling very seriously back in the day. We took it super seriously. And we had a guy who wrestled with us who didn't want to wrestle with them because he was like, they're older than me. And our friends would be like, we're older than you. And he was like, yeah, but they don't like me. And my friends would be like, we don't like you. What's the problem? And He was basically like a bitch. Like, he would say he would come, and then he'd no-show, and it was just one problem after another.
He just wasn't comfortable wrestling.
And it was the thing where it's like, we would plan this stuff out in advance. So, like, we do shows Thursday, Monday, we'd call around, we'd see who's coming. Once we know who's going to come, we start putting the card together and figuring out what's going to happen, how we're going to further each story. And so then when he would no-show, just like when a guest no-shows here, it fucks up all our plans. So I finally had enough, and one day I was just like, you know what? I'm twice the man this dude will ever fucking be. He wants to be a fucking bitch. I'll show him what a real man looks like. And I came back early to fucking wrestle. And so literally, like, there was a match going on, and I came back and I attacked the dude who fucking broke my neck. And I remember I took the neck, I got hit with something by the other guy in the match, and I like took the brace off and threw it down, and then like Pratt fell. And then I just wrestled another match after that, and I just kept wrestling like full time after that, even though my neck was still kind of fucked, but whatever.
And you never let him forget it either.
No, fuck that guy. He's a fucking bitch. I hope he dies.
How long was you supposed to be out for with the neck injury?
Forever.
Yeah.
I never really went back to the doctor after that. Like, once I got the soft collar, I was like,
is that why you kind of have this like Frankensteinish thing to you?
Kind of, and like sometimes you guys will see me like crack my neck
offense. I'm
randomly.
just like,
I've seen that.
That's why I didn't used to do that.
you probably need physical therapy.
I mean, it's a little late now. I was 20 years ago.
Yeah, you need it. I mean,
It's never too late.
No, I can kind of like imagine you guys like bullying this little kid, and you guys like, you just like, stop being a bitch, dude, stop being a bitch, go fight those older kids, but like they won't do anything. it's like,
I mean, he was the same age as us, so that's why we were like, hold up.
How old was he?
I think at the time we were like 17, 16.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And the guys we were wrestling were like 19, 20.
That's a big difference back then.
That is a big difference, yeah.
What I'll say is I think when it comes down to it, when you step in the ring with somebody, you want there to be trust on both sides. It's not going to work if you don't trust the guy you're in the ring with.
If you're actually beefing in real life,
You know?
yeah, I'm not trusting you either.
Like, and the guy that we're talking about didn't know those guys. I don't really fault him for not wanting to, and at least he said, hey, I don't want to. It's not like he...
Yeah, my thing is like, it's like, okay, if you don't want to, that's fine. Don't tell us you're going to come and then don't show up.
Yeah, that's the part I never
don't sit
liked.
and complain that we won't push you, we won't put you in the main event, we won't put the belt on you when you don't want to show up and actually contribute.
And that's the part I don't like.
That's like when we've had these guys that have been asking to be on the podcast, and the day of they cancel.
yeah.
It's okay, because then when they don't get booked again, they'll know why.
Exactly.
Okay. Question: with this other Richmond school or other promotion company, were they as big as you guys, or were they like an actual company?
No, they were the same size as us. It was just like five friends who just like to wrestle together.
Okay, it was another group of teenagers doing the same thing, backyard wrestling.
Yeah,
You guys
exactly.
just had beef.
And we never had issue with them. Like, they were fun to wrestle with. And from a creative standpoint, when you only have like 6 people in your little circle, there's only so many stories you can tell. There's only so many matches you can put together. So now having twice as many people to work with was very like freeing and liberating, because we could tell new stories, we could have new matches, we could try different things. Like, it was like putting a fresh coat of paint on everything.
So this was your company, though.
I mean, we weren't like an LLC or anything.
No, I know, but like the company, like you were the face of the company.
You were NWO and they were WCW.
Yeah, basically. I mean, at this point, it was me and my 2 other like friends were basically running everything. We were almost like a committee. Like, all 3 of us would like put our heads together and we'd plan stuff together. So it wasn't like me calling the shots. It was me and 2 other people calling the shots.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this ended up being like the thing for you where you learned to make film, video, like edit videos because of this shit. But then instead of following that, you ended up in production.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And now, like, I'm doing videos for Pro Wrestling Revolution. I got to meet Ultimo Dragon and Jun Akiyama and Yoshihiro Tajiri and all these like well-known wrestlers.
And you didn't go to school for this.
Yeah, like, I've gotten to like be a part of the wrestling business. I was in that documentary Jesus did about Michael Modest, the dude from Beyond the Mat. We got to talk to him about
Chris Jericho's in that.
Well, he was in the other one we did.
Yeah.
So we got to work with Chris Jericho. Like, I've had all these experiences that high school Phil never would have dreamed possible.
So what I'm saying is the neck was worth it.
and I'll say
We're
this.
still talking about it 20 years later. So yes.
Yes, I will say this. I've always been the guy going, oh yeah, no, like whenever we cross some line, I go, yeah, I totally knew this is gonna. I totally had a feeling something like this is gonna happen. Like, granted, I'm always in awe. Like meeting Tajiri and Ultimo Dragon. No, well, we were working that gig together. Oh. You know what I mean? Like,
so what happened was I was working with Pro Wrestling Revolution. They were doing like a joint promotion with All Japan Pro Wrestling.
Tajiri's the guy that used to spit, right?
Yeah, he used to do the Green Mist.
yeah.
So they were doing a joint promotion with All Japan Pro Wrestling. They were bringing wrestlers over. They were doing a tryout, and then they had a show. And so for a week, I followed around Ultimo Dragon and Tajiri and Jun Akiyama and all these wrestlers, and made like a documentary about the whole thing. And it ended up airing on All Japan's weekly television program, and it's up on their streaming service. And I remember like the first night, we all go out to like Denny's to eat. And it's like, I'm sitting across the table from Ultimo Dragon, and I'm just like, I have a mask of you at home. And I'm sitting next to Tajiri, and I'm like, I have an action figure of you at home. It was a very like surreal moment.
That's cool.
I remember like out of the blue, my friend Efren texted me, and he was like, hey man, I haven't heard from you in a while. Just thought I'd check in, see what you've been up to. And I was like, oh, just having dinner with Tajiri. He was like, what? I was like, Tajiri, selfie. And I took like a selfie with Tajiri and sent it to him.
You still have it?
And he was like, oh my God, that's Tajiri. I'm like, I know.
Did you ever like while like sitting down meeting with Tajiri and like having dinner, be like, hey, y'all want to see my old wrestling videos?
No, never. Because I was there like,
You were doing a job.
Yeah, I was trying to be professional.
Or like if in Forgetting Sarah Marshall when he gives him his tape.
Yeah, he was like,
no pressure.
He's like, no pressure. Just what did you think of it? Like, what did you think? Like, did you get it? Did you get it? Did you get it? Or like, hey, like the Joker. But hey, Jerry, you want to know how I got these scars?
You seen Forgetting Sarah Marshall?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Thank God.
Marco saw a movie. Holy shit.
That's a great movie, by the way.
It is.
It's fucking amazing.
I saw that movie
I've
right
ever
after
seen.
a big breakup, so I ended up watching
too.
it in theaters like 4 times.
Me too. I saw it.
No, I love that movie.
You know, he wrote all that himself. That's pretty impressive.
I was watching it with the commentary because I'm that kind of a nerd.
Yeah.
And like Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg were doing the commentary, and Evan Goldberg was like, "Well, you know, that joke was actually from another script that we wrote, but you stole it for this one." And Seth Rogen was just like, "Look, I don't actually expect any of these movies to get made, so whichever one actually does has dibs."
Yeah.
That's fair.
How did you feel about Peanut Butter Falcon as a wrestling fan?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun.
What about you?
I also enjoyed it.
Have you guys heard?
I think it's Shia LaBeouf's best performance.
You guys have never heard of it? No. The star is a kid with Down syndrome, straight up.
You know Jeff Dye, the comedian?
Yeah.
He's got a bit about his grandmother used to call them mongoloids. And goes, yeah, I was over there working with the mongoloids. And then his mom was like, Mom, they're not called mongoloids, they're called retards.
Yeah.
And then him and his sister would go, Mom, they're not called retards, they're called special needs. And then he's gonna have kids and they're gonna be like, they're not called special needs anymore, Dad, they're called ice cream enthusiasts.
That was worse than
I was gonna say that's like JD. You remember in Clerks 2?
It is.
You remember in Clerks 2 when Randall's like, "Oh, my mom used to call everybody a porch monkey."
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was his grandma.
Wait, Clerks? Is that movie?
That's 2.
Yes.
That's 2. But yes,
I have seen clips.
You saw 2.
I thought that was like a comedy movie.
It is.
It is.
It is.
Oh, I thought Clerks was like this big serious movie you guys were talking about.
No.
The first one,
Not at all.
They've all been comedies.
Yeah.
Oh,
First one's the best.
I've seen those clips. Okay, so now I kind of have a picture of what you guys have been talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first one's the best.
You seen third one?
No, I haven't. I started watching it, then I fell asleep. It was like 1 a.m.
Well, no,
It's good, but it's sad.
It is, and it's also like an end of an era kind of a thing. Mallrats 2's coming out. They're working on Mallrats 2.
They've been saying that for years.
Supposedly that's his next project.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, it's been his next project.
It was
for
supposed to
years.
be a
I think
series.
Dogma's his best movie, but have you seen Dogma?
I've seen Dogma. It's a classic.
How do you feel about Chasing Amy?
Oh, that's good.
That's a great movie. It's actually like what's his name said. That's like a real ass love story.
I know a lot of people don't like it because it's not like a stoner comedy.
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell? A drama? What the hell is this shit?
Dude falls in love with a lesbian
and tries to turn her straight.
and tries to.
Well, she falls in love with him too. They was like hooking up and shit like that. I watched it.
Yeah. But that's like the beginning of it though. Like
Yeah.
the dude falls in love with it. 'Cause I think everybody's.
And then she gets ousted because like she's dating a man when she's like supposed to be a lesbian with all these like lesbian friends and stuff like that. It was like happy that she was in a relationship. And it was like, you're with the man.
Well, and then
And
he gets his feelings hurt because he thinks she's like the first man she's been with, and then he finds out she was like super sexually active in like college, and he's like, what the fuck, I thought I was your first, what are you talking about? And then his like insecurities get the better of him,
and that's like
Turns out she's
exactly
bi.
how a dude would react to that shit. You gotta watch that. You know what I like about that movie too? It makes me wish I lived in New York. Like, it makes it look fun. Same with Big Daddy. No? Okay, I'm alone with that one.
No. It's
Big Daddy apartment. Look,
that was dope.
I saw that and I'm
you
like,
have to have so much money though.
I was like, how much? I was like, how expensive is that apartment now?
Oh, easily.
Oh, that size?
Yeah.
That's like the size of this warehouse.
Bro, that's like a 20 grand apartment.
Yeah.
A month.
Probably. It's probably not even. That's probably split up into four
That's what I'm
now.
saying. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a super rich apartment. And remember, he just got hit by a city bus. Like, dude, even like in today's money, he wouldn't be able to
never
afford
Home
that.
Alone 2 made me want to live in New York because of the Christmas tree and like
Being homeless with that lady.
Yeah, that part was scary.
I was gonna say Duncan's toy chest, but
that too, like all this stuff. I was like, I remember asking my mom, I was like, can we have Christmas in a hotel? She was like, no.
You know, that's the thing for me. Food and movies. That pizza he's eating in that limo, like that. Like I always get. I guess it's a fat ass thing in me where I watch them eating certain food. And I'm like, oh god, that looks hella good.
For me, it was
like,
the cookies.
he gets a cheap pizza just for himself.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to share.
Yeah.
Bro, we should get a limo for ourselves one day and just like drive around.
Again, Marcos, you worry me with these decisions on the money from the future.
No lie.
No, like what's something fun?
My cousin did that one time.
Yeah.
She rented a limo for 2 hours for like her birthday or something like that, or her friend's birthday, and we just drove around. It was dope too because we stopped. We stopped at Jack London. We took pictures. We got back, and it was just like a whole ass like little
Day.
trip. Yeah.
Like
I mean, okay, my
not
uncle,
party bus or
no, it was a limo.
there's a limo. My uncle owns a limousine company out on San Pablo Jam Road.
Dude, we were like
which one?
The Godfathers.
Oh, that's your uncle's?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
we were like 14. I think she rented from them.
I think
she was
that-
like
we
it was
rented
like
for them
14. She
before.
was like it was 60. She said it was $60 for like 2 hours.
What?
Yeah, dude, it's not that expensive. That's what I was saying. We should go. We should just do that one day. Take pictures.
Just show up at Copper's.
So it was even cool.
It was like recording a whole podcast in the back of a fucking limo.
Dude, that's actually like
That's
Actually,
fair.
not a
that
bad
would be
idea.
dope.
Okay, this
It
was
wouldn't be a lot of cuts, but
this
I
was
mean,
this was weird because I was with my dad, but we got flashed by some chicks in a limo, and I was driving with my dad.
That was weird?
It was yeah. You're with your dad.
So
we got that on a bus one time, me and my dad, and he was like honking at them. I shouldn't have said that, but
my
you had
dad,
that part out.
I mean, a few times like I saw like look at a chick's ass, and my dad was like, "You saw that, huh?" I was like, yeah. He was like, "I've been watching it for like a bit." He's like, "Yeah, I saw that about 20 paces ago." I was like, "Okay." He's like, "Yeah, sometimes you got to look real quick and then like look away, and then you wait for everybody else to catch it."
I did that one time. I was with my ex, and we were taking a drive, and we had seen some. It wasn't a full bus, but it was like a van or something like that. And it was just girls flashing their tits, and you know, she's like, "Oh, look, that's crazy," blah blah blah. I was like, "Yeah," I don't know, like try not to like look her in the eye. Almost like
that's
driving.
crazy.
But I'm like, I want to see.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's wild.
So this takeaway from this episode is don't let your kids do backyard wrestling.
Basically,
You know, they'll end up in film or whatever.
And
Yeah, they'll end up wildly successful.
they'll end up with a broken neck,
Broken
2 broken ankles, and then it'll just be like this randomly and stuff like
but
that.
you know what
and
else?
then-
I'll
I mean,
end
I'm
up with?
alright.
An award-winning film on Amazon.
Ooh, and you know what though?
go.
I will say this though, you should go get your neck checked out though. As a
true.
homie, I'm just saying, you never know what age could do to that.
I'm sure.
What,
And it's not like you're
you say
fit.
age or age?
Age.
Okay.
Look, I've been trying for like 20 years.
No, but he has a broken neck. Man.
I know.
And it's
your
like-
ankles.
and it's not like you're in shape.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not. I mean, obviously me too, but
He's like, you know, you're fat.
There's
and stuff.
nothing but attacks.
no. But it's one thing if you have
For
like
an object.
no. It's one thing if you were like, you know, because that shit. A
He's
broken
worried about
neck,
your health. That's all.
As somebody who's played football for about
There you go.
10 years and has numerous injuries from it, fractured fingers, 2 messed up knees, a messed up ankle, and
Any concussions?
yeah, I had one really bad one.
yeah.
Yeah,
I had one.
and constant hits to the head, which was like smaller mini concussions. They say are just as bad as the big
Yeah.
one. You should get stuff checked out. Like I get like old injuries checked out. Like, cause I'm like, hey, while we're here, like I know I like messed this up. can we look at my knee real quick to see if anything, you know,
is
like
there still cartilage there?
yeah, like kind of like why? There's not. I was like old injury. I'm an old injury. I want to see like I tweaked it the other day. I'm trying to see if it's still good or like, you know, like, oh, we could tell there's damage here, but you're good. But okay, cool.
Yeah.
You know what it is?
Yeah.
And my wife gets on me for this all the time. I don't go to doctors because I believe the American healthcare system is a scam.
I mean, it kind of is, but then also the doctors who are checking up on you do give you sound advice.
And you gotta.
I'll just cowboy up and walk it off. It's fine.
No. Okay,
yeah.
real quick. Well,
Yeah.
I don't want to share because it'll get dark.
No, we'll go share.
My grandpa had the same kind of feeling and stuff like that, and then he passed away about a year and a half ago because he was afraid of doctors. But he had fluid in his lungs that he couldn't get out. Like he had asthma.
Could have had it figured.
He could have had it like, if he just went, because my mom kept sending him, like, 'cause she was having breathing problems, so she kept sending him her asthma pumps, and they had got there. But he was calling. He was like, yeah, like I can't barely breathe sometimes, like when I'm using it. He's like, I don't know what's going on. He was coughing. He was on the phone. He died later that day.
No, and then the same thing with, like, you know, that's why I left the union, because it hurt my back. And, you know, as a big dude, if your fucking back goes out, good luck. You're fucked.
Well, as anybody, if your back fucks
So
up.
I still, I mean, I don't work out as much as I should, but I do stretch to kind of have my back muscles a little bit, you know, because especially now with cold weather, I feel my back like.
Yeah,
I almost canceled on a show one time because my back spasm when I was getting ready to go to a show. Yeah, and you know,
I have hip spasm, like hip. Whenever it gets cold and stuff, my hips start killing me, and then I start limping because I cannot, like, my body can't handle it.
Like a poodle.
Yeah.
My knee buckles all the time, and my mom had a knee injury, and she's like, "Did your knee ever buckle?" I was like, "My knee buckles 3 or 4 times a day." She's like, "What?"
Yeah.
So my knee buckled earlier this week, and I was like, going to go to the hospital. I was like, "Yeah, man, that just happens."
My knee buckles every time I get down on my knees. From an injury I had fucking 11 years ago. I fell from a pole when I was working Comcast.
Oh,
I only
did you get
fell.
paid?
No, I only fell 5 feet. 5 feet. No, because I didn't feel anything at the moment, and then later on it progressed, and my knee now gets fucked up.
Yeah.
So now I work at a desk, though. You know.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well,
that's
gonna
make it worse.
What's it called? No. I was gonna say.
I gotta work out.
Yeah, because I mean, being a big guy.
Yeah.
Like those 5 foot falls are gonna hurt you way more than they're gonna hurt me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And then also the thing is, like, I went to the physical therapy, and that's how, like, because they said I had scar tissue around my discs in my bottom, my lower back. So the physical therapy got rid of that. So I don't know. That's why, like I said, I didn't mean to be a dick about your Frankenstein movements.
Yeah.
But
He's just calling him Frankenstein.
I'm fine. I got a desk job now.
All right.
It's great.
That's been the voice.
Yeah, but you'll be like this.
That's been
You'll be
the
like one of
voice.
those people who be like on the desk job like this.
Wait, Corday, we're trying to end the episode.
Yeah, I know.
That's a great way to end it.
Uncle Fester.
Yep.
Uncle Fester says, that's been the voice party.
And we're out.